Hello and welcome to Drpeel Music Channel, the talk series, my solo podcast. Today I'm going to talk about learning guitar from the very beginning, and more importantly, how to think about learning guitar so that you actually enjoy the process and keep improving. I will point out that this is my point of view, and it is in no way that you must do this. It's just my view on it. So, who is this episode for then? Absolute beginners, people who started and quit and want to restart, and players who feel stuck somewhere between the beginner state and intermediate. So I will talk about the mindset you should have when starting out, different learning strategies, and how to practice effectively without burning out. And how to move from I know some chords to actually playing music. This is not going to be about no hype about learning guitar in 7 days and nonsense, or just realistic long-term advice that actually works, as I experience, or at least have been useful for me. So the first part is how to think when you start playing guitar. The first thing to understand is learning guitar is not about talent. It is about consistency and patience. Almost everyone sounds bad in the beginning, and sore fingers, buzzing strings, slow chord changes, that's normal. If you expect to sound good immediately, you're setting yourself up to quit. Instead, I think you should think like this. I'm learning a physical skill, not just information. Your fingers, hands, ears, and brain all need time to sync up. Progress is invisible at first. One of the biggest frustrations for beginners is that progress feels slow, but improvement doesn't happen linearly. It happens in steps. You practice, you feel stuck, and then suddenly a chord rings out clean. A song feels easier. Your hand moves without thinking. That's how guitar playing works. Don't compare yourself. Another mental trap is comparison. You see people online shredding, improvising, or playing perfectly. But you have to remember that you are seeing years of practice, not the starting point. Everyone's journey looks messy in the beginning. So your only real comparison should be your last month. So one of the most important thing is to set up realistic goals. Most beginners make one or two mistakes. Goals that are too vague or goals that are way too big. To become good at guitar is not the goal. I want to play like Jimi Hendrix is inspiring but useless as a starting plan. Instead, use small, concrete goals. Examples. Learn 3 open chords and switch between them smoothly. Play one full song from start to finish. Practice 10 minutes a day for 2 weeks. Change chords without stopping the rhythm. These goals are achievable, they are measurable, and they are motivating. Every small win builds up confidence. Next part in this episode is different ways to learn guitar. There is no single correct way to learn guitar, but there are different strategies, and combining them works best. One strategy is to learning through songs. This is the most motivating method. Songs teach you chords, rhythm, timing, musical structure. Start with a simple song, not your favorite hard song, the easy version of a song you love. Even if it's just 2 chords, slow tempo, simple strumming. Playing real music keeps you engaged. Second, technique-based learning. This is where exercise come in. Things like chord changes, scales, finger independence, picking exercises. These build control and confidence, but they can be boring if done alone. Use technique as a tool, not as a whole practice. 3. Learning theory, but slowly. I know that sounds boring and everybody thinks they stop when they think music theory. Music theory scares a lot of beginners, and the truth is you don't need much theory at first. Start with what the chord is, what the scale is, how chords relate to songs. Theory should explain what you're playing, not overwhelm you. Number 4, structured versus unstructured learning. Some people thrive with courses, teachers, step-by-step programs. Others learn best by exploring, experimenting, and jamming. Neither is better. The key is to have a direction, even if it's loose. Number 4, how to practice effectively. This is where most people struggle, I think. Good practice is not about how long you play. It's about how focused you are. Short and consistent beats long and rare. 10 minutes every day beats 2 hours once a week. And daily practice could be builds muscle memory, keeps your finger used to the instrument, makes guitar part of your routine. Consistency matters more than intensity. Structure your practice. A simple practice structure could be like this. 1. Warm up, 2 or 3 minutes, simple chord strums or finger exercises. Number 2, technique for 5 minutes. One specific thing, chord changes, scale picking or something. And number 3, music, 5 to 10 minutes, songs, riffs, or improvising. This keeps practice balanced and prevents boredom. And practice slowly. Speed comes later. If something sounds messy, slow it down, break it into pieces, repeat until clean. Clean and slow beats fast and sloppy. Repetition is not boring, it's necessary. Progress comes from repetition. But repetition doesn't mean mindless playing. Ask yourself, am I relaxed? Is my timing steady? Do the notes ring clearly? These are important things to feel confident in what you practice. So, common beginner mistakes then. Let's talk about what not to do. Chasing gear instead of skills. Okay, new gear is fun, but it won't fix your technique. Basic guitar and amp are enough to learn. Focus on your hands, your ears, and your timing. Gear comes later. Skipping rhythm practice. Rhythm is everything. You can play the right notes, but if your timing is off, it won't sound good. Use a metronome, foot tapping, things that will help you keep the rhythm. That is extremely important. Also, when practicing rhythm, use simple strumming patterns. Don't complicate it. Rhythm is what makes you sound like a musician. A third mistake, often by beginners, is trying to learn everything at once. Scales, modes, solos, sweep, picking too much too soon. Pick 1 or 2 focus areas at a time. And hair depth beats breadth. Moving from beginner to intermediate. The jump from beginner to intermediate is not about speed or complexity. It's about confidence and understanding. Signs you are moving forward is you can play songs without stopping. You understand what chords you are playing. You can fix mistakes instead of panicking. You can start creating your own ideas. At this stage, focus on expanding chord knowledge, playing with dynamics, basic improvisation, playing with other musicians if that is possible. I don't know other musicians. I don't have friends or so that I can play with. I use backing tracks and I use drum machines and synths and other things. But this is where guitar becomes expressive, not just technical. Another part is how to stay motivated long term. Motivation comes and goes. That's normal. Discipline stays. And some tips are: keep your guitar visible, celebrate small wins, record yourself monthly, accept plateaus, they're normal, and remember, you don't have to be amazing, you just have to keep on going. So learning guitar is a long journey, but it's one of the most rewarding ones you can take if you practice regularly, stay patient, focus on music, not perfection. You will improve, and I think that this podcast episode is not meant to be how to learn to play guitar. It's more like about the thinking about how to learn guitar and how to keep motivated and pitfalls and so on that you can think about. And I think it's important that you take everything in your own steps, but this episode has been about things to think about and my experience and so on, what I have been going through in my learning journey. So thanks for listening and watching, and if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to share it with someone who's starting their guitar journey or someone who needs a reminder to keep going on. And please hit like and subscribe if you like this, and see you next time. Thank you. Goodbye.